Which court are we going to shoot on?
This is JT with Sport Court of Austin. We're out here today with Muhammad Khan. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that again. I'm JT with Sport Court of Austin. We're out here today with Muhammad Khan from Capital City Pickleball. We've got this amazing place out here on the rooftop in South Austin, really close to Zilker Park. And he came to us with a problem. And so I'm just curious, what is the problem that you guys have out here and how can we help you?
Yeah, so Capital City Pickleball, our community is growing. We have over 1,800 people, and our whole ethos is making pickleball accessible to everyone, right? So our biggest problem whenever we acquired this facility was the courts. People wanted to come out. It's a great view, you know, it's a beautiful day, right? And we have these set up here. You can come bring your music, your friends, but you can't play on the court.
Yeah.
So I started looking for what is the best court solution so we could have more social play up here.
As I understand it, is you're concerned about, obviously, it has to work for pickleball.
Yes.
It has to be a suitable
Rule number one.
Rule number one, the ball has to bounce on it.
Exactly.
It's got to be an athletic surface,
yes,
right? So it can't be have too much traction or be too slick.
Yes.
Are we looking for high-level tournament players? Or are you out here with like recreational people more playing for fun?
This is just going to be for rec and for fun. We have another facility that has that acrylic surface for high performance play.
Yep.
But yeah, on top of the surface actually working for pickleball, you know, safety, right? Whenever it rains, we don't want to make sure they don't slip on the surface. If it's wet,
right,
you know, there's no dead spots, no one can slip. As you can tell by surface now with the mats, there's a lot of different slipping points where somebody can catch an edge on one of these mats, and God forbid something happens, right? And we want to eliminate all that. And again, it's just people coming up here and having fun, right?
Yeah.
We just want to make pickleball accessible to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you definitely need a portable solution, right?
Yes.
Because I think per some sort of code or zoning that you can't have permanent things on the ground. And then also from just a cost standpoint, if this kind company over here who has you using their rooftop of their parking garage says, hey, we need those parking spots back, everyone's coming back to work.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you don't want to have to invest tens of thousands of dollars into something that can't ultimately go someplace else.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing.
I understand you're doing things like coming out and pressure washing a lot.
Can't tell you how many hours I've spent pressure washing these beautiful surfaces.
Okay. So you're making sure it's because you care that people have a great experience.
Yes.
And so you're out here cleaning it, making sure it's not full of dirt. If it rained recently, I understand these are holding water, and so you're pushing the water off and trying to get it as dry as quick as possible.
Yeah, I'm squeegeeing it. We have a squeegee out there. I'm, making sure it's clean and pressure washing it constantly. And I think my biggest, honestly, pain point, so each of these rolls are 300 pounds.
Yeah.
As you can tell, it's a little windy up here sometimes. So they sometimes tend to blow over, and I have to be the one to fix that. Again, for safety reasons, I want to make sure everyone has a great time up here and doesn't get injured.
Yeah.
But then from a facility owner standpoint, I'm constantly up here, right? I'm constantly maintaining these things, and it's really becoming more of a headache than it is pleasure, right?
Sure.
And less people are wanting to come up here, because sometimes if I can't make it in time and someone comes up here, some of these mats are already blown over. Even though we have a few 100-pound water barrels holding down different secure points.
Oh, so that's actually for the mats to hold those down, not just, they're attached to the fencing too, but you need that to keep the mats from blowing over?
Yeah, we need that. It's less more the fencing, it's more the mats from blowing over.
Wow.
And even with that, the wind can still get underneath the mats and blow them over in certain points where it actually causes rips. So if you could look at different points in our mats, there are a few rips, and it's because of that. The wind got underneath and it was so strong, especially a month ago, that it started ripping some of our mats.
All right, so one of the most obvious areas, I actually saw this as a Google review.
Yeah.
Not a very good Google review, but someone had this kind of peeled back.
Yeah.
I would assume not good for business. What happened here?
Yeah, so on top of the sun, the sun in Texas is very bright, so you could tell by the surface is starting to deteriorate.
Yeah.
But on top of that, we actually, with the strong wind storms that have been coming through, the wind has been blowing through the end of the mat here. Sure, it's secured, but it started ripping, and this is what you get, right? Ooh. It's pretty gnarly, but again.
It's in this direction too.
Yeah, and that is
all the way back
really
here.
new too, right? And you can kind of start seeing it expand and rip. So
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, we've tried to glue it down to make sure that it, you know, doesn't injure anyone. But this is really, honestly, again, as a facility owner,
Yeah.
I'm constantly coming up here, checking, making sure, re-gluing it, reapplying it. And the sun doesn't really help either, because you could tell that brand new blue mark right there. The rip is only getting
Yeah, I mean,
closer.
this is my fingernail kind of scratching at this, and you can just scrape away. That's called a wear layer.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's pretty much on its absolute last leg.
Yeah, and again, that's all due to the sun, the weather, and you know, it really makes it a headache for facility owners, for players that just want to come up and enjoy a nice game of pickleball with their friends.
Yeah. And ultimately, on something like this is like right in the playing court where a lot of hard cuts go.
Yeah.
Is this a liability concern? I mean, you ever wake up in the middle of the night like with someone having an ACL tear and be like, I had a dream that someone's suing me?
It is. This is my nightmare. And you know, you can tell I've been gluing it down constantly. But yeah, it's really scary to have something like this. And you know, this is really why I reached out, honestly, was because of this problem area that we've had, on top of other issues that we're experiencing. But again, my player safety is my number one priority. So, you know, it's definitely solving for that and having it to be a safe, playable surface.
So when you're considering an athletic surface, there's a couple really key things. One, it needs to be an athletic surface. So it can't have too high traction, it can't be too slippery. Otherwise, you could have injuries from your foot catching and not being able to slip, or you can have injuries from slipping and it not having high enough traction. Especially outdoors where it's dirty and you're gonna get dust and wind, an outdoor athletic surface is important. This product that's here existing is effectively a rolled vinyl or any sort of rolled PVC floor. What you get in here is you have 3 different layers. You get a lower PVC layer, you get a cushion layer in between, and then the top is called a wear layer. And what they're experiencing with a lot of the deterioration is actually the wear layer breaking down over time and showing through to this middle cushion layer, and then ultimately we'll get down to that back. This is kind of a hard back that allows it to be rolled up. Pretty good application for an indoor facility that's not going to be subject to water, dust, or sun, but not a very good application for something that's going to be out in the elements, especially in the Texas sun. So the product that we'd recommend out here is going to be the Sport Game Pickleball or Sport Game PB surface. This is made by Sport Court. It's made in Salt Lake City, Utah, so it's made in the USA. It is not affected by tariffs. And it's we've had it on the market for about 4 years now and have had tremendous success. The keys to this is it's a suspended surface, so you get impact resistance and safety from the top down. That means head impact, elbow, shin, anything like that that hits, you should be protected pretty well from a safety perspective. And then it's built to be as durable as possible. So one of the key differentiators between us, Sport Court product, and different modular surfaces on the market is that we have the industry's best UV protection. So over the course of time, we have surfaces that have been out here in Austin for pretty close to 40 years, and they're just now getting to the end of their lifespan. And everything wears just a little bit differently, and I'm not going to tell you that a piece of plastic and polypropylene that's out in the sun over time isn't going to deteriorate, because it will, but the key is how long is it going to last you. I have a competitive product here that I'm not going to tell you what product it is, because we ultimately want you to be an informed consumer, and you can, you know, maybe do some Google search and figure it out. But this is what it looks like new. It's still a modular surface. It interlocks, so it's a really similar design to the Sport Court. But this is what it looked like from one of our old customers' courts 7 years after. So it's extremely brittle. I mean, I can literally break it apart. And we call this the taco tile, because it is basically, now a soft taco. And so from here, from new to not new, it really just didn't stand the test of time. Pretty comparable at the start to playability and functionality, but one of the biggest keys in evaluating a surface out here is, am I gonna have to replace this in 7 years? Is it gonna look good after 5 years? And at Sport Court, we choose the best materials, and we back our products to say, this is gonna be a really good looking surface for at least 5 years, and our limited warranty covers for 15 years. but our expected lifespan, 15 to 30 years. And so you're gonna get really great traction, probably the best traction of any sort of surface out on the market from a longevity standpoint. And kind of that last point that you mentioned, key, is that it's designed for pickleball play, not for competitive tournament play. You know, if you're a 4.0, 5.0 duper and you're out here looking to train your game, it might not be the right thing for you. But if you're looking for something that's easy on your knees, good on your body, has a really good ball bounce, and is a great multi-purpose surface or recreational pickleball surface, this might be just the right option. So this is what we're gonna put out here, and hopefully it's gonna be a great product for the long term. You know what you need before what am I saying? Step 1, we need our Sport Court short shorts. Step 2, sunscreen, because this is not a joke in the Texas sun. It is a joke, but it's facing the wrong direction. So we got out here, we put one of our loaner courts, kind of a demo promotional court we have on that other side.
Yeah.
And then you had one of the mats, the better set of mats was over here. So that was up for probably about 2 months. What was the response from your customers coming out here and playing?
It was actually hilarious. So we host a weekly rooftop social on Wednesdays here. Yeah. And they would come stack their paddles. You know, we have about 20 to 25 people up here. And it was so funny because, you know, you'd have maybe 4 people playing on the mats, then you'd have all the paddle stacks over there. People just wanted to play over there. They said it felt better on their joints. They said the ball bounced a lot better. They could actually see the lines.
Sure.
So it was such a better playing experience, and everybody was like, well, hey, when are you changing this one? Let's go. We want to play. Like, come on. Like, when's the new court coming in? You get a little bit used to the bounce.
Yeah.
Because the bounce is a little different. But for an actual pickleball specific sport court, and that was the biggest thing, is educating people the difference between the OG sport court versus the new pickleball sport court and seeing the difference.
Awesome. Yeah. And so with the bounce, I mean, we're here hitting dinks. Is there much of a difference on a dink, or like talk to me about this versus a typical like hard court acrylic?
Yeah, so I would say the biggest difference is when the ball bounces, it doesn't pick up too much topspin. So you can actually, but the bounce is just like a normal acrylic court.
Sure.
I think it's less topspin, which is okay.
Okay.
But the bounce, I mean, you can kind of see us dinking. It bounces normally as a normal acrylic court would,
right,
or any public pickleball court would.
Right. What about as we step back and hit like typical serves, drives? What difference do you see in the play with this, other than I suck at pickleball?
So
we'll let Mohammed do that.
Yeah. So in terms of a typical serve, the way I see it is, it bounces really normal. Like I said, it's less topspin, which is okay because, you know, this surface, it is super gritty, but not as gritty as an acrylic court because, you know, the added texture.
Sure.
But it's, again, I think it's still, the bounce is just, it feels right. It's not too low, it's not too high. And I think that with the old sport court, that's what the issue was. The bounce was so inconsistent because it wasn't designed for pickleball versus this stuff. I mean, the bounce is there. I'm naturally flowing where I should be going, just a little less topspin.
So talk to me about, as a facility owner, what's different as compared to before? How has this product affected, either positively or negatively, you know, what you're doing up here with Capital City Waterloo Pickleball?
Yeah, so I would say in terms of a facility experience, it's enhanced the facility from an aesthetic perspective, playability perspective, and then longevity perspective. Now, when people come in here, it's been really amazing to see their reaction. They're just shocked. They're like, where am I right now? These courts are bright, they're vivid. And again, people have had experience with different sport courts around Austin, but when they come here, it's really special, right? And we were able to customize this. So as a
Yeah.
facility owner, we made it very unique to our facility specifications, which I don't think a lot of other manufacturers can accomplish what we just did here today.
Yeah, we came up with a really cool custom design working together.
Yeah.
So for those who aren't from Austin, this court, I Love Pickleball, is based off of a mural down on South Congress on Joe's Coffee that says, "I love you so much." So it's really kind of brings that Austin local vibe to the courts. And over on the other court, we have the Texas flag, which if you don't know what that is, then you shouldn't be watching this video. Great. I don't know where to go from there. I don't either.
But yeah, in terms of also maintaining a facility, right, especially being outdoors in Texas, you saw with our old mats, hassle, especially when it rains. I have to come and spend an hour, 2 hours drying it off. We've had some intense rainstorms up here since we installed the courts. The water just drains right out. There's no water puddling. It's safe to play on here, and that's the biggest thing with safety. People really enjoy the courts outside if it rains, and then also on their joints. So it's been honestly such positive feedback, not only for the players that come just to rent the courts privately, but from our community when we host all our events, and we run even a few pickleball leagues up here.
Yeah.
They've loved it. People are taking pictures, people are laughing. They're not worrying about a cruddy surface to play on.
Well, I know from our standpoint, this has been an awesome partnership. It's been great to partner with you. I can tell, Mohammed, you care about the people out here playing, everyone playing at Waterloo Pickleball, Capital City. I can see that you really want to provide a top-notch experience and a top-notch community. And so we're really excited to partner with you in this and see how this thing flourishes and begins to grow around the community.
No, I really appreciate that. I'm super excited for what's to come, and really appreciate you and the team really taking on these crazy ideas that I had for, a Texas flag court, and I love you pickleball so much court. So seeing it and making it come to life has been awesome, and I just can't wait to continue sharing this with all the community in Austin, and continue growing and having fun with it. That's the most important part. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that's probably to play a little bit.
Let's get it.
You ready?
Let's do it. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, winner for JT already.
Oh my goodness.
What can you say? When you work for a sport court, you're good playing on it. Ah. Ooh. Step one, we need our sport court short shorts. Just don't call it a sport court, because then we have to bleep you out.
Oh, we should take off the glasses.
Oh, sunglasses off, good call. Gosh, man, this guy's a pro. Yeah. We've also been criticized to make sure you're never in this position in front of me.
Oh, shoot.
That's why I changed my angle. You want to redo that? 2, 3. How'd you jump? It was going on 4. Oh. We need our sport court short shorts. Why are you late? Count to 3. Step 2, sunscreen. Because this is not a joke out here in the Texas sun. And these thighs, they hadn't been out much.